Hello students, this is Miss Dalton and this is video 14.2, solving exponential and log equations. Here are a few things that you do need to remember as you're working on this section. If you have a to the y equals x, you can convert that to be the log. It would be log base a of x equals y. Also remember that when you see the ln, that's the same thing as a log with base e. And then we can also use what's called the change of base formula. You can do log base a of x. That's going to be the same thing as the common log of x divided by the common log of a. Remember the key on your calculator that just says log, that is the common log. And so that's what you would use here and here. So when you're solving exponential equations, the first thing you want to do is you want to convert both sides to be the same base if possible and solve the resulting linear equation. This is what we did in the last unit that was called equating the bases. If you can do that, of course, that's always going to be the easiest way to solve it, but sometimes you can't do that. If there is not a common base, you're going to convert it to a logarithm equation and then use the change of base formula to solve. So let's look at a few examples. So we have 4 to the 2x minus 5 equals 64 to the third power. Now something that I notice here is that I can get the same base, because 64 is the same thing as 4 to the third power. So you'll change 64 to 4 to the third, but then remember you're going to have that exponent of 3 on the outside. This would stay 4 to the 2x minus 5. When you have a power to a power, you're going to multiply, so that would be 4 to the 9th equal to 4 to the 2x minus 5. And then now, since your bases are the same, you just set your exponents equal. 2x minus 5 equals 9. Add 5, so that would be 2x equals 14. Divide by 2, x is equal to 7. And so, of course, if you can equate the bases, that's going to be the fastest way to do that. We did that in the last unit, so that's kind of a review. But let's look at this one. We have 7 to the 3x equals 18. Well, there's no way that I can write 18 with a base of 7, and there's no other way to write 7 as a smaller number with a base. And so this is where you're going to have to convert it to a log. To do that, you're going to take the log base, which your base is 7, so you're going to do that on both sides of the equation. So this is going to cancel because those are inverses of each other. So you're going to just have 3x equals log base 7 of 18. Then to get your x value, you're going to take that log base 7 of 18 and you're going to divide it by 3. Okay. Now let me show you where you can get that on the calculator. You can use the change of base formula like I showed you. So you could do the log of 18 divided by the log of 7. And that's really what we had to do. And then you would take that and you would divide it by 3. And that's what we used to have to do before the graphing calculator actually gave us a shortcut to where we can just actually type this in. And so to do that, you will click Alpha and then Window. That's going to bring up this screen right here, and you can see that your number 5 says log base. Once you click that, you're going to get something on your calculator that has a little space there, and it has a space there. So if you'll just enter the 7, and then enter the 18, you'll get 1.48535, and then of course we're going to have to divide that by 3. So your final answer for x is going to be 0.495, and we'll just leave it at that. We'll round it to the nearest thousandth. and that's going to be your x value. All right, let's move on to this one. Now, notice that we have our exponent e to the 2x, okay? Your first job is to get that by itself. So we're going to have to subtract 16. That's going to give you negative 3 times e to the 2x equals negative 11. Then you're going to divide both sides by negative 3. And just write that as the simplified fraction. E to the 2x equals positive 11/3. Now, in order to get up to that exponent, because that's what we need to solve, is up here, we have to convert it to a log. Well, remember, the log that has a base of e is the natural log. So you're going to take the natural log of both sides. That will cancel off your e and leave you with 2x here. And then you want to do this on your calculator. So on your calculator, to get to the natural log button, you're going to click this button right here. Just hit the natural log and then type in 11/3. So you're going to see that that equals 1. We'll just say 299 approximately. But then now we're going to have to divide that by 2. So you just hit divided by 2, and that gives you an x value equal to, let's just do the nearest hundredth this time, so 0.65. So we can even change this equals to an approximate, and that would be the solution for x. Remember, you can always plug these back in to make sure that it's equal, so you could check your work by plugging that value in for x. All right, so moving on, we're going to solve log equations now. The first thing that you want to do is condense both sides of the equation if possible. Then you have to isolate the log and then convert the log to an exponential equation and solve the resulting equation. So let's see what that looks like. All right, so let's look at an example. Log base 4 of 5x minus 1 is equal to 3. Now, one thing that I am going to assume is that this 5x minus 1 is all part of that log. So the first thing it says to do is to condense it. Well, the only way you're going to be able to condense it is if you have multiple logs, like the word log written down. We only have the log word written down one time, so it is already condensed. The next thing you want to do is isolate your log. Well, there's nothing around the log on that side of the equation, so yours is isolated. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to what I call exponentiate both sides, because you're going to have to use this base 4, and you're going to have to write that as the base on both sides. So in other words, this is 4 to the log base 4 of 5x minus 1 equals 4 to the third power. Well, anytime you exponentiate with a log, those are inverses. So that log word cancels off, and you're just left with 5x minus 1. That's the reason why we do that. And then 4 to the third power is equal to 64. And then you just solve for x. So you'd add 1, 5x equals 65. Divide both sides by 5. X equals 13. And I would plug that back in just to make sure that you've done everything correctly and make sure it works. All right, in this next example, again, I'm going to assume that this 3x minus 2 is part of that log. If it's not, then I would have to add 2 and divide by 4 to get the log by itself. But we're going to assume that's all part of that log. So the only thing that I would have to do to get the log by itself is to divide both sides by 4. So you'd have log base 7 of 3x minus 2, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now your log is by itself, so you would need to exponentiate using the base and do that on both sides. So this would cancel off your log base. You would just have 3x minus 2. And then 7 to the second power is 49. And you would add 2. So 3x equals 51. And then divide both sides by 3. So that would give you 17. And that would be your answer for x. All right, last one. We're going to assume that this is together here. But if you notice on this one, I have 2 logs. So that means I need to condense it. Well, when you condense using plus, when it condenses down to a single log, you're going to do 3x times x minus 4. And that's going to be equal to 2. Now your log is by itself, so let's exponentiate both sides using that base. So this is going to be, let's go ahead and multiply that. That would be 3x squared minus 12x equals 6 to the second power would be 36. Because we have a squared, we do need to get everything on one side, so let's move it all to the left. 3x squared minus 12x minus 36 is equal to 0. We are going to have to factor it. Now, one thing I notice is that all of that can be divided by 3. So that would be x squared minus 4x minus 12 equals 0. And if I think about how this would factor, this would be x minus 6 times x plus 2. And then you would set both of those equal to 0. So I would get x equals 6 and x equals negative 2. Now, one thing that you need to remember is that you cannot take the log of a negative number. So if you have a log of a negative number, this is not possible. So if I plug in the negative 2 here, that's going to be 3 times negative 2, which is negative 6. Well, I can't do that. So this is an extraneous solution. I do want to check the 6 and make sure I don't get a negative. Well, 6 times 3 is 18, and 6 minus 4 is 2, so it looks like that's okay. Again, you would probably want to go ahead and substitute it in and just make sure that everything is equal, but just for sake of time, that is the solution. Okay, so this is a lot, so make sure that you come to class with any questions that you have.